The Platform. I just want to quickly say that this video is a special user-submitted request by one of my subscribers, Victoria Tomova. So this Spanish film on Netflix is set somewhere in the near future, and it's about these prisoners who are housed in vertical cells, 2 prisoners per level. And there's this strange floating slab of concrete that slowly descends down from level to level. And it's full of copious amounts of restaurant quality food fit for a king.
Let the feast begin.
This feast will stop at every level for a few minutes at a time to properly feed the prisoners at each respective level. So naturally, the prisoners at the lower levels are left with nothing else but scraps. And at the beginning of every month, the inmates wake up in a completely different level. So depending on what level they're on, they could be eating like royalty or possibly resorting to other means of survival for the remainder of that month.
Slimy, yet satisfying.
That's it!
One thing I can say about this film is it demanded my attention from the start all the way to the finish. It's got its fair share of jaw-dropping moments with themes of religion, morality, and how far you're willing to go in order to survive. But first, let me tell you about the things that didn't work for me. The subtitles were too fast. I'm not exactly the slowest reader in the world, but I sure as hell ain't the fastest either.
Just read it.
I know Netflix has the option to change it to English dubs, but that just sounded ridiculous. I think there was a little bit of a delay in the subtitles in a couple of scenes. A few times I noticed that a character would say a full sentence and no subtitles will appear. By the time the character would move on to the next sentence, the subtitles will then appear, but only for a split second.
You can't even read!
And I gotta talk about the ending. It's ambiguous and anticlimactic. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the occasional ambiguous ending. Inception, anyone? I ended up with a lot more questions than answers. My main question is, where the hell are you going? I just wish that they handled that a little bit better.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And they kind of overdid it with the religious themes and the frequent use of Messiah. Messiah, 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 Messiah. Yeah, okay, I get it. Stop beating me over the head with it. And there's this one scene where our protagonist is holding a perfectly effective weapon in his hands, decides to drop it to attack a man twice his size.
Sean Lynch.
I don't like it.
But now let's talk about the good stuff. This film was very engaging with use of powerful imagery. Now, as you can expect from its R rating in the trailers, there's a lot of blood and violence. And oh my god, the gore. There's enough gore in here to make Mortal Kombat characters proud.
Your soul is mine.
There's a social commentary here regarding status and hierarchy. It shows the absolute worst in humans when survival mode kicks in. But if you're in a higher level, food, glorious food. And the higher levels can't help but look down on the people in the lower levels, both literally and figuratively. And you really feel bad for the people in the lower levels because they're just left to starve.
Please, sir. I want some more.
And the performances here were really well done across the board. Our main character Goreng, played by Ivan, whose surname I can't really pronounce, so I'm just gonna put it up on the screen right now, played the protagonist perfectly. He's a man with a strong moral code, and we're basically experiencing this journey along with him. And Zorian Eglior as Trimagasi encapsulated the word creepy. His presence can go from harmless to threatening at a drop of a hat. And this film is incredibly well paced. You're constantly learning new information from beginning to the end, which keeps your eyes glued to the screen. It knows when to deliver in-your-face violence, but also knows when to pull back and slow down. And if you enjoy eating escargot, you might have some cravings after this movie.
Go, people! Pick it up!
Taken off to contain parasite.
Now before I share my final thoughts, just a quick reminder to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications to my weekly reviews. Definitely subscribe. And if you like my content and you're feeling generous, how about becoming one of my valued subscribers by signing up to my Patreon? You'll find the link in the description below. And now for my final thoughts. Starting with the lows, we've got fast subtitles and an anticlimactic ending. And as for the highs, we've got an awesome concept, amazing performances, and really well paced. So overall, I was really entertained by this movie. The violence and gore in and of itself is already nightmare fuel, so maybe don't watch this with kids around. Besides, it's R-rated, so it's 18 years and above. Depending on your tolerance for gore, you might be thinking about this for a while. Like I said before, this movie definitely shows the worst in mankind. But I love how this movie put me in a position where I have to ask myself, what would I do in this situation? Have you seen The Platform yet? If so, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember guys, I take user-submitted requests, so why don't you tell me what you think I should review next? And who am I, you ask? I'm Dr. Ken Jeong. Bye for now.
So long, gay boys!
So, you think you've seen all my videos, huh? Well, have you seen this one? Or this one? Or this one? And if you want to smash my face, but also get my weekly videos by subscribing to my channel, then why not achieve both by clicking right here.